Good morning student. Hope all of you are doing well. Today I am going to discuss about energy. In my previous video I discussed about the work done and how to solve the numerical problems about work done. That things already I discussed. So today I am going to discuss about energy. But in previous class means class 7 already you know about the what is energy and what is the unit of energy. Okay, but today we will learn little more things about energy. Let's see. So see, when you run or you push the ground hard with your feet and your body moves forward. So running involves both application, force and displacement. So when you run, you work. When you run, you use the energy in your body. So when you run, you work because you will apply force on your feet and then your body moves forward. So we apply force and displacement will be there. So when you run, you work. When you run, you use your energy in your body. So for doing that work, we use our energy from our body. So as the energy gets used up, you start feeling tired and your capacity to work gets reduced. It means that when you have more energy, you can work more, and when you have less energy, your ability to do work gets reduced. So thus energy can be defined as the ability or capacity to do work. So if I ask you what is energy, so energy of a body is defined as the ability or capacity to do work. So let's see what is the units of energy. As energy is defined as the ability or capacity to do work, so energy and work both unit is same because both are directly related to each other. For the same reason, the SI unit to measure work and energy is the same. So both unit SI unit is same. The unit of energy is joule. Okay. Now I will discuss mechanical energy. So an interesting fact about energy is that it can neither be created nor be destroyed. So energy we cannot be created it or we cannot destroy it. So energy only exists in many other forms. So energy only can transfer one form to another form. It can neither be created nor be destroyed. So each of these can be converted from one form to another form. Some more forms of energy are discussed below. Okay. So when work is done by a body, another body supplies the force to do the work. For example, so see in this picture that when you lift a stone from the ground, your body supplies the energy which rises the height of the stone from the ground. So work to be done there. In doing the work, your body spends some energy. As energy is neither created nor destroyed, some energy spent to your body is gained by the stone. So the energy possessed by a body due to the work done on it is known as mechanical energy. So this is the definition of mechanical energy. The energy possessed by a body due to the work done on it is known as mechanical energy. You know that work is done by a body when the body is displaced. So the energy gained by a body due to its state of motion or due to its position. So the energy gained by a body is behind of it is have two reasons. Due to its state of motion or due to its position is known as mechanical energy. So mechanical energy is of two types. One is kinetic energy or equals to the energy in action and the potential energy or stored energy. These two forms of energy are readily changeable from one form to the another form because energy it can neither be created nor be destroyed. It only changes from one form to the another form. Okay. So now we will learn about kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of a body is the energy possessed by it due to its motion or movement. So here you see that work is done by a body when the body is displaced. So the energy by a body due to its state of motion. So state of motion or movement. This is actually called the kinetic energy, and due to its position means position or stored energy. So means it is potential energy. So kinetic energy of a body is the energy possessed by it due to its motion or movement. All moving things have kinetic energy. So for example, a child riding a bicycle, a moving bus, a moving swing, flowing water, moving air or wind, a walking man, running children, falling stone, moving boat, strong wind and fast moving ball are some examples of bodies that possess kinetic energy. So see here, a child riding a bicycle, so it is here also possesses a kinetic energy. A girl sitting on a moving swing possesses kinetic energy. Okay, so now we will learn what is the expression of kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of a moving body depends on its mass and its velocity, because it is work done due to its state of motion or movement. So the kinetic energy of a body can be measured using the following expression. What is the expression? Kinetic energy equals to half of m v square. Here m is the mass of the body and v is the velocity of the body. So m, mass of the body, so it is SI unit in kg, and v, velocity of the body, SI unit is in meter per second. From the above relation, it can be concluded that when the velocity is kept constant, so look at this expression, kinetic energy equals to half of m v square. So when the velocity is kept constant, a heavier body means which have a heavy mass. So a heavier body possesses more kinetic energy, because kinetic energy is directly proportional to the mass. So if heavier body possesses more kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy of an object is directly proportional to its mass. That's why increase in mass leads to the increase in the kinetic energy. So mass is increasing, that means kinetic energy is also increasing. So next conclusion, what is that? So when the mass is kept constant, so in first case we saw velocity is constant, now its mass is constant, so what will happen? Here also if you look at this expression, kinetic energy is also proportional to the velocity, directly proportional to the velocity. So a body moving faster possesses greater kinetic energy. If the velocity of a moving object doubles, means if velocity increases by 2 times, then kinetic energy will be increases in 4 times, because v square, so 2 square means 4. So if velocity is increases by 2 times, that means kinetic energy is also increases by 4 times. Increases by 4 times. Okay, now how can we solve the numerical problems based on kinetic energy? So here, what is our first question? Calculate the kinetic energy in the following cases: a motorcycle weighing 200 kg and moving with a velocity of 30 meter per second, and a car weighing 500 kg moving with a velocity of 20 meter per second, and number C, an object weighing 450 kg moving with a velocity of 15 meter per second. Look at this, in 3 cases, what is the similarity is it? In all these cases, the mass is given, velocity is given. Only you can find out kinetic energy. So simple the expression kinetic energy equals to half of m v square. So in first cases, you just write down question number A. So you write down that what is the mass. At first you write mass, velocity, and then put this value in this expression. And kinetic energy equals to half of m v square. So same things you will do in number B. See. So this way you can find out that result. So here half into 500 into 20 square. So 250 into 400. So means what is this value? 1 lakh. So 1 lakh joule. So 1000 joule equals to 1 kilojoule. So you just convert it into kilojoule. So this way we can solve those numericals problem. See? Okay. Let's see the next problem. An object moving with a speed of 35 meter per second has a kinetic energy this 9800 joule. What is the mass of the object? So here velocity is given, kinetic energy is given, so we have to find out the mass. So same expression, kinetic energy equals to half of m v square. So kinetic energy equals to, you will at first write down 9800 joule or 9800 joule, or v equals to 35 meter per second. Then you can find out the same expression and do the simplification and find out the what is the mass of it. So here the mass of the object is 16 kg. Okay, let's see the next numerical problem. How fast should a body of mass 50 kg run so that its kinetic energy be 625 joule? So mass is given, kinetic energy is given, so we can find out velocity. So same expression, you put the value and do the simplification, and v equals to the velocity equals to 5 meter per second. Okay, let's see the next problem. Calculate the kinetic energy of an object weighing 600 kg moving at a velocity of 30 meter per second. So same numerical problem, mass is given, velocity is given, and we have to find out the kinetic energy. So kinetic energy expression, you remember, kinetic energy equals to half of m v square. See, so this way you can solve those numerical problems. Okay, so next problem, a 900 kg compact car is moving at a certain speed. If its kinetic energy is 3,20,000 joule, find the velocity at which the car is traveling. So kinetic energy is given, mass is given, so just only you can find out the velocity of the car. See, so this way you can solve those numerical problem. And one important question is here. See, two bodies of equal masses move with uniform velocity v and 3v respectively. Find the ratio of their kinetic energy. So in this problem you have to write this way. So at first you see here, let mass of the first body is m1 and mass of the second body is m2. Let velocity of the first body is v1 and velocity of the second body is v2. According to the given information from your question, v1 equals to v, because see that uniform velocity v and 3v, so v1 equals to v and v2 is equal to 3v. And according to your question, equal masses, so m1 equals to m2 is equal to m. Let you now you find out the kinetic energy of the first body. So same expression you write down, just only put the value, because m1 is m2 and both mass is equal, so you can consider m here. And according to v1 you can write down what is the velocity of the first body, v square. The second kinetic energy of the second body also you can write down. Instead of v2 you can write down just 3v whole square. So you will get this one. Now you find out the ratio of the kinetic energy 1, or kinetic energy of the first body divided by kinetic energy of second body, because we are finding out the ratio. So this way you can find out the ratio. So the ratio of their kinetic energy is 1:9. So this question is very much important. When you solve this type of question, you have to write this way. Otherwise don't use the shortcut method, because if you do in shortcut method, maybe you will make any mistake. So when you solve this type of numerical problem, always use step by step. Okay, then it will be correct. Okay, so next in my next video I will discuss about the potential energy and how to solve the numerical problems based on potential energy, that things, and the energy transformation, that things I will discuss in my next video. Hope you can understand, and please repeatedly you see this video, and in my worksheet I given some numerical problems which are based on the kinetic energy. You solve it. Okay, okay, thank you student.